Hey y'all, what's up? And thank you guys for tuning in, because what I'm sending to you is going to be some really rich stuff. And so I'm so happy that you are interested in learning how you can incorporate story into your business. So let's go ahead and jump into what's next. What are the 3 reasons why you have to include story in your business today? Let's begin. Oh, one more thing. So just so that you know, this entire series is for the person who is an entrepreneur or a small business owner who is looking to leverage story for their business to increase their income, increase their influence, and more importantly, increase their impact. So if you are somebody who knows you have a story, but you just don't know how to tell it to make sure that you attract the right kind of people and impact the right kind of people, then you want to stay tuned. I will not waste your time, nor will I waste your day. And let's get started. The number 1 reason why you need to include story inside of your business is for clarity. So let's talk clarity. First of all, most of the people that I'm talking to, they have been around the block in this entrepreneurial space thing. They've probably been around since 2015, 2016, probably followed a whole lot of coaches, bought a whole lot of programs, and
didn't finish most of them.
Or if they did, they still found themselves pivoting
over and over and over again,
and starting
over and over and over again.
Why is that? Because they really don't have clarity. Now, how in the heck can story get you clarity in your business? Well, for most of us, especially for those of us who are in the service industry, a lot of the reasons why we created the type of businesses we've created is because we kind of needed those businesses at one point or another, or we see a hole in our industry that needs to be filled
with some good, authentic, and real teaching.
Looking into your story actually gives you a heck of a lot more clarity than most people think.
You find out why it is that you did something, you find out what it is that you did, and you find out what it is you overcame, and you find out what it is that people will more than likely still be dealing with.
And then not only that, in clarity, you also kind of get a good idea
who it is that you're talking to.
So if you're very clear about your story, then you're also very clear about your avatar.
And clarity is the goal.
Okay, but it's also the biggest key inside of your business. Be clear and the people will come and they will follow you. All right, so that's what you need to do to add story into your business. Get clear. Since y'all be sleeping on clarity and y'all sleeping on story, I think it is time that we
rip off your sleep chair
and get into reason number 2. Reason number 2 as to why it is you need to include story inside of your business is
content.
So when you are very clear on your story, then you get to pull out all the lessons, all the struggles, all the great things, all the impact. You get to pull out all this stuff that you can then turn into content. You can then create
story off of just one story
that will resonate with the type of people that you're trying to attract. Case in point, Lisa Nichols is a motivational speaker. If you don't know her, more transformational, but motivational speaker, right? Well, Lisa Nichols, she tells some of the same stories
over and over and over again.
Lots of her stories start with being a mother, a single mom, raising a child with this poverty thing. And why does that matter? Because what that story is painting for you is a person who has used sheer determination to improve her life. She had gone through obstacles and she kept getting up and going after things over and over again. From the fact that she tried to take $20 out of the ATM,
but she didn't have $20 in,
to put a diaper on her son, who then had to wear a t-shirt for 2 days as a diaper, to the fact that she went to the same conference
39 times,
trying to just learn everything that she could learn, to the fact that her son's father was incarcerated in jail. And so she had to do this thing on her own. Why do we resonate so much with story? Because story shows us what we could possibly do and what we can possibly be. So when you look into your life, you are looking for the stories that will provide the kind of content that people can identify with. And the more specific the story, the more you will draw in, pull in, capture, and yes, even convert your lookers and likers into your people, your tribe, your buying customers. Let's stick around for reason number 3.
And in case you sleep, let me get my hair done yet again. I'm feeling so cool. Everything about me just cool. I got number 3 for you. The third reason why you want to do.
But you really want story inside of your business. Like you really need to leverage it with story. So what's the third reason?
Yes, copy. Now we're talking your language.
Now we're talking that
Business talk.
But what is copy? Copy is the way that you pull story together and make it connect with your audience and draw them in into becoming clients and customers, converting with that buy button. Copy is the essence of your story dripped down over email, messenger bots, or social media posts. The way that story helps with copy is
once you got clear on who you're talking to,
then you can also get clear on what tone and attitude in which you're delivering it.
Once you get clear on who you're talking to,
then you know what pain points to push and what kind of solution and hope to offer.
And once you get clear on what you're talking about,
then what you get to do is you get to draw them in and make them stick with you and find out what it is that you did to overcome whatever obstacle you put before them or whatever you did to solve whatever problem showed up. Do you now understand why it is that you need to put story into your business? Do you now understand what it is that you can do to leverage your business for the optimum income, influence, and impact? Look at you over here trying to be a real story seller. Okay, I'm so glad that you stuck around.
ooh, I got something good for you.
So let's rehash. There are 3 reasons as to why it is that you need to add story to your business today. They are clarity, content, and copy. Clarity, get clear on who you're talking to. Content, get clear on what you're talking about. And copy, get clear
on how it is that you are going to deliver this, how you going to talk, how you going to spice up those emails so that they're not talking boring corporate language. Okay.
Listen, there's even a fourth thing that I want to add to this.
Let me go ahead and add that.
I'm going to add a bonus for you right quick. I want you to remember that the whole point of knowing your story and sharing your story is so that you can
have a conversation.
You don't want to come at them with that hood language if it doesn't pertain to your particular audience who you're actually talking to. You want to come to them in a language that they speak, but also elevate them from where they really are, right? You want to meet people where they are and raise them up to meet you. That's the whole point of you guys having this conversation. If we share a story, it helps you draw people in, make people comfortable, and build that know, like, trust factor right off the bat. A story does what regular content doesn't do. A story gets people into your world and into your circle. And so, speaking of that, I do have a webinar that I do want to tell you about, and it's happening this month.
You're going to have to click the link for details.
That webinar is called The 8 Ps in a Plot, because if you don't have a plot, then honey, you really don't have a story. And so I've got to help my entrepreneur people and my small business owners figure out how it is that they can tell a story that give you clarity, help you find content, and develop copy so that you have a delicious conversation with your ideal clients and customers, okay? So make sure that you grab your seat, click that link, and get inside of my webinar. See you then.
I'm feeling so cool. Everything about me just cool.